Hey everyone, welcome back. I am continuing my review of the TV series Bates Motel. Watched the second episode on Monday night, and one of the first things I have to say is the second episode actually got me more into the series. Now, the first episode, I enjoyed it. It was nice. But at the same time, I was on the bridge after it, I was in between liking the series and not really liking the series. And after the second episode, I'm still on the bridge, but I have traversed more towards liking the series. One of the things that I really like about the series, oh yes, in case you didn't see my first video, there will be spoilers on the show and possibly the movie. Psycho, the original Psycho, not the remake, which I've heard is a shot-for-shot remake, but anyway, just so you guys know this. One of the things I liked about how the second episode, and how the series itself so far is working, is I like how they're building up the story, that it's not just, Norma and Norman Bates. It's not just their story of how they became all crazy and junk. You definitely understand that. I really like the aspect of, there's something fucked up with the town itself. At the very beginning, you see Norman, he's walking down the driveway. He goes to the bus stop in front of his house, or the motel. And, Bradley and the other girls are waiting there for him. And you see this cars go crazy, and, somebody's like, oh, that guy's drunk. And Bradley says, that's my dad's car. So the car speeds around him. It barely misses him and crashes into the embankment. So, of course, the officer, they go all running over because they know it's Bradley's dad. And she's all worried. Jerks the door open, and her dad's in there. He's burnt to shit. And later in the episode, you see Norma talking to the deputy sheriff, and he says an eye for an eye. And then at the end of the episode, she's driving through, and this is how the episode closes out. You see someone being hanged down from their ankles. I believe it's their ankles, it might have been their head, but don't quote me on that. Either way, they're hanging there, and they're all burning up. So obviously, this town, I think he said something like, we take care of our own business, or I don't know exactly what he said, but he says something around that point, meaning, they take care of whatever they do in seedy ways and shit. Another thing I like about the story is, and this also delves into how Norma is fucked up. I mean, they're all fucked up, but I like the psychosis thing for each character, Norma and Norman. First, let me knock up 22 points. What I saw as Norma's psychotic, whatever she did, and how the story's progressing. They found Summer's truck, and Norma lied about it. Then the sheriff comes up to her door and says there's a witness that saw them arguing. So he's starting to get suspicious. He caught her in a lie. The next day, Norma drives up to the deputy, and she's awfully trying to seduce him, trying to, get him on her side, trying to win favor, cast suspicion off, yada, yada, yada. But, she even admits, and it's clear before she admits this, that she's just going on the date to do that and to get on his side and such. She doesn't have any interest so far in him right now. We don't know how that's going to progress yet, but whatever. So she goes into Norman's room, and she calls it a goodwill mission, which, like I said, she admits it right there. But, she's wearing this sexy dress, and she takes one of her blouse off, or whatever, in front of Norman, and Norman's freaked out by this. I mean, if your fucking mom came in the room and did that once, you'd be freaked out. So he acts a little suspicious. He kind of acts taken back, and she's like, "What? That's not weird." Of course, that's fucking weird. But I love how that takes a look into Norma's mind and how she's getting crazy. Of course, there was a rape incident before that. She killed somebody, and it's just a steady spiral down. But it's not all at once. It's not like, na 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 na. And I like that. I was afraid they would go too quick, but it's not. Now, Norman. I almost wish they hadn't put the name so close. It does get confusing, especially when they're trying to explain shit. Of course, he's way, way, way too close to his mother, mama's boy, way too dependent on her, and, of course, the brother comes in, and he hates the mom, and I don't really like his character so far. But anyway, they get in the fight in the kitchen because the brother calls the mom a whore, and Norman gets freaked out and, runs and tries to hit him with the hammer. He's like, she's not a whore, no, and that gets into a huge fight, and it's crazy. But, hey, at least it helps develop Norman's character. Even when I don't like the brother, I don't even remember his name. That's how little interest I had in him. That's one of the few things that I really don't like about the show. Let's see, what else here? What else can I talk about? There's kind of a... I think, Norman is leaning more towards Emma. And so far I like this. This is another thing I like about the series. This is a review, I have to say what I like. Bradley seems interested in him, and he might seem interested in her a little bit. But, from what we can see, he's definitely leaning more... Oh, okay, that makes me think of another point here. The closeness, like I was saying earlier, the closeness between Norma and Norman is really weird. When Emma first comes over to study with Norman, Norma asks her about her respiratory condition and asks her how long she has to live. She says up 27. And Norma is kind of rude about it, and I understand the fact that she's worried about Norman getting with her and then being saddened or heartbroken or left alone, yada yada yada, when she dies. You don't do that. That's fucked up. It works great for the series. It works great for the characters. I love it. I'm really liking both characters more. In the first episode, in my last review, I said how Norman's acting was a little shoddy. And, I thought in this episode it was tons better. And Vera Farmiga, I just don't remember Norman's actor's name, forgive me about that, who plays Norma, is great. So, and to wrap this off, I have to say that it gave me more interest to watch the next episode. I'm actually excited about watching the next episode. Last week I was like, it should be good. It looks good. It's kind of cool. We'll see what the next episode brings. So obviously, I'm really excited about Monday. Monday night's my show night. Following Castle and Bates Motel. So yeah, I can't wait. But of course, Emma and Norman go and find the pot fields, and they get chased off because they're investigating the story, because Emma translates a book, and of course it probably is going to end up like this, but you're wondering, does that tie to the image of the last episode at the very end where it showed the girl being, like, she had a needle in her arm or something like that, and she's talking about, they got sold in slavery, this, and that, and they actually found the shack in the woods. So that's another thing that shows that this town has this really seedy underbelly. Something is up with that. Well, guys, I hope this review is a little better than the last one. I'm still warming up. I'm not going to do my X-Files review yet, because I really want to do that one the best I can, and I really want to get warmed up for that one. So, what I will tell you, 2 reviews are planned for next week. Bates Motel, obviously. I'm doing every episode. And Castle, as I mentioned earlier, it's one of my Monday night shows. Castle's 100th episode, which is doing a Rear Window thing. So, hey, that should be good. I'm going to review them both, try to get both reviews up within that week. Bates Motel will come first because I can lag a little bit on the Castle, so I'm not doing every episode, just that one. So, peace out, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying my reviews, and I keep planning to do them.